I start, I did get my nails taken off. Sorry, my hair is just like really pissing me off. I actually hate this bob so much. I can't wait for it to grow out, but for now, like, it just keeps falling in my face and it's making me really mad. But yeah, as you can see, I took off the red nails, which were gel, and this is just like a clear polish. I just used like a clear polish on my actual nails, and hopefully they can go back to normal because right now they're really thin and really brittle. Anyways, today's video I will be doing triggers using my flute. This is the case that she's in. I named her. Her name is Vivian. Her name is Vivian, spelled Vivienne. I have a little cat on her. I have a little cat on her. The foot is actually broken because I've had this on it for a while, and yeah. Obviously, I'm not going to play it because if I did, your eardrums would probably break. But I'm sort of going to be like, I guess, tapping on different parts of the instrument and just playing with the case, playing with the keys, that sort of thing. If you're wondering, my flute is from Haynes, and I think I have the Q2 model. And then there's a zipper in the front. And in the front pocket, I just keep a lot of the, like, these are sort of, what are they called? They're like badges. Like every time I win an award, I acquire a badge. I think there's like 8 or 9 of them in the front. That's why they're kind of like, you can see the indents. Anyways, let's open up the bad boy. If you're wondering, I've played flute since I was about 11 years old, so it's been a couple years. I'm going to be cleaning my flute. I'm going to be cleaning my flute a little bit as well, and I actually do need to bring it to the maintenance. I need to bring it to get maintenance checked because one of the keys on the foot joint is wiggling in a way that it's not supposed to. Here is the hard case that is inside the leather one. It's not extremely good. As you can see, these screws are literally, you can pick them off because it's kind of broken. My case is kind of broken, and then this one over here, the screw also comes off because it's very janky, and I can't be bothered to get another case for it. It still works. It's just a little bit be really low in a really low register or in a really high register. It just makes the sound a little bit more resonant. And as you can see, one of them has little dots. I don't know if you can see it well. There's little dots on it, so it's like when you hold it like this, you can see it's supposed to stand up, and then there's one that's completely flat, and when you put it on the instrument and you attach it, it lays like this. So the one with the dots or with the bumps on it is on top of the one without, and it's like a little ridge. You'll see. Then I attach it using this loom. I'll show you that in a second. Let's move on to the actual instrument. So, after opening the case, this is what it looks like. Thumbnail moment. I don't even know if I'm going to use that as a thumbnail, but here she is. I'm really trying to be careful and not drop her. She is absolutely stunning in all her glory. Can we get a moment for that? Okay. I also really need a cleaner. So, I clean the outside of the flute using this cloth. This is like a silver microfiber cloth, and it polishes the flute to make it really shiny. But every time you use it, it gets like a little bit nastier. So as you can see, like that's where like I wiped the flute, and I don't really know the mechanics of why it does that, but it does make my flute really shiny, and that's kind of all that I care about. So let me show you the different parts of a flute. So the first one, I'm going to move from the very bottom to the very top of the flute, okay? And there's 3 pieces. So the first piece is, I hold it like this. I don't know if this is the most appropriate way, but I do this to not get like a lot of fingerprints on it, even though it kind of already does. But this is the very bottom of the flute, and this is called the foot joint, and it's also the part where I think might be a little bit broken. And then so you see this key right here. The one in the middle, it's like wiggling side to side, and it's not supposed to do that. It's not supposed to do that. And sometimes I use my nail to like tighten the screw, but sometimes it doesn't work. And I haven't gotten this flute checked by the maintenance in about a year and a half. I think the last time I checked it was last year, in like 2024. So that's the bottom of the flute. And it has the least amount of keys, but it's also the easiest part to clean. So yeah, we're just gonna wipe it a little. because and it is this is the body of the flute. Isn't she so pretty? I'm sorry, I just had to say that. So on here you have all your keys going down, keys going down the flute. And then I'll show you. So this is the going down the scale. This is C. If you just hold this one down, then there's this. This is the B key in the back. So this is the B key, and then if you want to play B flat, it's this one. And if you want to hold it, your thumb goes on this key, your first finger, second finger on this key, which is A, then G, and then F, E, D. And then all these other ones are for drilling, Drilling basically means moving really fast between one note and another. So instead of, say, like doing this, you can just hit one of these keys. Or, so yeah, these tinier ones are for drilling, and then this pinky is where your pinky goes, is the A flat key. And just to tell you a little bit more on this flute, you can notice that all of these keys are in a very straight line, except this one, which comes out a little bit, and it's sort of to help with the ergonomics of holding it. It's like this, because you see how my ring finger, like, it's kind of uncomfortable to reach all the way over. There are some flutes where it doesn't come out, but for this one it does. It sort of helps you situate your hand a little bit better and make it easier for you to play. And that's called the offset G, because it comes out. And then underneath each key, I'll show you up close, you can see there are little pads, like cork. They're cork. Actually, no, I don't know if these are corks. I don't know if that is actually, but they're like padded, so that it's nice and soft when you press down on the key. Alright, let's clean this baby up. Now she's nice and shiny, and you put it together with the foot joint, which is this one right here on the end, like this. And you matched up where this rod is at the center of this, like, this key right here. So the rod has to line up with the center of the key, because when you play and your fingers are like this. Your pinky is a little bit shorter, and this way it can reach the key that it's supposed to be on. Alright, so yeah, now we're missing the top of the flute. Which is the head joint, which at the top, this part is called the crown of the flute. The crown, and some people, like some crowns are like bedazzled, like you can put like a little gemstone on it, but those cost a lot of money, so I don't have mine bedazzled. It really doesn't do anything to the sound if you bedazzle it. Yeah. And as you can see, my mouthpiece is kind of dirty. It's kind of nasty, I fear. So I'm gonna clean it up. Just to check something. This is the cleaning rod. I'm going to show you this anyways because it's here. But this is the cleaning rod you use to clean the inside of the flute. The inside. This is sort of like a cotton material. You basically do after you play, like to clean out all the condensation and spit, you like put it like this into the flute. Then you turn it a little. You turn it. You take it out, and it cleans out all the moist air. Okay. So yeah. Okay. I'm gonna wipe my mouth whistle sound because I wasn't using enough air. I was trying to be really quiet, but I needed to blow like a certain strength in order for the sound to actually come out. So yeah, Flute Basics 101. That's sort of what it is. Then you attach it at the top here. This is called the neck. The neck. And then you check for alignment by making sure that all of these tonal, or all of these keys right here, are lined up with the whole of your head joint, with this hole right here. So you just gotta make sure all of them are aligned, and then it makes it easy to play. I'll try to demonstrate by airing out the notes instead of playing them. That was the C scale. That was the C scale. And some cool features of the flute that I just think are nice is the rolling C key down here. This is to get to the lowest note of the flute, which is the C, and on this flute it's a B natural. And it's nicely aided by this rolling key, so when you're using your pinky you can just slide like this to play them really fast. I already talked about the offline or out of line G, offset G, sorry, that's what it's called. But there's also this, I think it's called the C sharp trill, I could be wrong. There's like a trill key here that some flutes don't have, and I think it's nice. It makes it easier to play notes really fast. And then most flutes are made out of silver, but there are flutes that are made out of, some flutes are silver plated, which means only the top layer is silver and underneath it might be like nickel, question mark, I'm not really sure, but I know that this flute is solid sterling silver. Actually, I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. 14K wall. It has a 14K wall, I know that. And the riser, this is really technical, but it's like, do you see how in the mouthpiece it's like kind of thick? Like there's like a layer between this like plate and the bottom tube. The part that connects the plate and the tube, it's made out of gold. So this flute would have a gold riser, but the rest, the body, like including the head joint, this body is made out of silver, while the keys, like the mechanisms on this, I think are made out of, are silver plated. I don't really know what the like thing is that it's made of, but I just know that it's coated with silver. It's not actual silver. Oh yeah, and that's pretty much generally more expensive, are made out of yellow gold and some are made out of rose gold. I've tried these two types of flutes and I generally like the yellow gold a little bit more. And there's also the really, really, really expensive ones are made out of platinum. You can also get like decals on your flute, like the keys. You can put like a flower, like flower engravings or vine engravings. Those are usually on professional flutes though. Or you could get like a decal on the mouth plate. Those are some of the cool additions that professional flute players like to have. They like to customize it a little bit. Now I'm gonna put on the lafrex. So first you just stack it. You stack it like this. Then you do it like this. So you see how the band connects the lafrec and the flute.